Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the front room. I'm Kai, and I'm here with my dad today.
Welcome, music lovers.
And I'm going to be introducing to my dad to a new artist for him. One, sort of like how can I put it? Notorious. He's very notorious.
Notorious B.I.G. I already know him.
He is Soulja Boy. That's who I'm going to be introducing you.
Soulja or
Soulja?
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy.
Uh-huh.
He blew up out of thin air from nothing almost in 2007. And when 2007, I was like 6 years old, and I wasn't there fully for when he blew up because it was quite a moment, quite an event, a cultural and societal event.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not joking. When this happened, we'll see what he's about.
Yeah, I've never even heard of the guy.
Yeah. He's quite a spectacle of an artist. No one's like Soulja Boy. Nobody's like Soulja Boy for a multitude of reasons, and I don't even know what to explain first about him. There's almost like too little and too much to explain for him. I've selected a few songs to show you today. The first being Crank That, which is his biggest breakout hit. So I'll give you a little bit of info now. We'll watch it and then we can talk after. And I'll mention some other stuff as we go through the song. So the first song is called Crank That, released in 2007. He released it with no immediate success, but Soulja Boy, what possibly his biggest contribution to music is not just Crank That, which is his biggest song by far, but he was the first rapper to be viral on the internet.
Really?
Very first rapper.
Really?
Yeah.
Meaning he just blew up to the point which like millions and millions of people
Through the internet.
Yeah. Oh, through the internet,
Yeah.
not through some other means like having a CD come out or
Just before the internet, virality in the certain, like the word viral,
the
way it's used now, it didn't really happen. It's like an instant out of nowhere. And before that, his peers, if you could say it like that, so 2007, the CD era was sort of changing to the online downloading era.
Yeah.
So before, guys would distribute their CDs locally if they're a small rapper, or approach someone and build connections so that they can distribute physical copies.
Yeah.
But this is where things are starting to change, and he's the first one to take advantage of that in a big way. So he sort of did it first, and that's Soulja Boy's thing. He did it first, and he's done other things first. Like, he's the first rapper to own a star, like a real star.
On Hollywood?
In the
Hollywood?
solar system.
What?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I just read it researching for this. So he's the first rapper to own a star. He's the first rapper to have his own video game console. He's the first rapper to have a tweet with 1 million likes. He's just the first. That's sort of his brand. And that's Soulja Boy.
I wonder if he paid the national, I don't know, the Astronomical Society of America or something, a certain amount of money to have his name on a star or something.
Yeah, no, he owns it.
He owns it. Oh,
He's the first rapper to own a star. It's like, who else would do it? But he's the first. He sort of prides himself on that.
Okay,
so
let's get into
Boy.
this guy.
Let's do it.
Soulja Boy.
This one's called Crank That.
Is this his first big song?
This is his breakthrough song. Before this, like, not a soul knew about him, pretty much, except for maybe like locally.
Right.
Soulja Boy in it, oh, watch you crack that, watch it, oh, watch you crack that, Soulja Boy, Superman, and watch you, and watch you, and watch you.
Who is Soulja Boy, and what in the heck is that dance?
Who, Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy, tough. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soulja Boy. You just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Soulja Boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy? That Superman, that now why me crank that Soulja? Now why me crank that that soul. Now why me? Crank that soul. Now why me? Crank that soul. Now what? Soulja Boy up in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy? Then Superman. Now why me? Crank that soul. 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 Now what? Soulja Boy.
Aren't those super? I mean, those really oversized, baggy tops. Weren't those a thing of the 90s?
No, actually, more of the 2000s.
Were they?
Yeah, in the 90s it was baggy.
Yeah,
but like mid 2000s,
yeah, just went
like
nuts.
Wayne era, excessively baggy to the point where it's just like it's purely style. Right, to the most, you know what I mean? Not functional at all. So it's very much that era.
Yeah,
the snapbacks. This is sort of like
what's a snapback?
It's a flat brim hat that sort of has a hard top to it,
and that's what he's wearing.
That's what he's wearing.
And wearing it on the side, I always associate with T.I.
Yeah.
But guys were doing it before T.I.
Certainly, yeah. But he's sort of known for that. But that was a fashionable thing.
Right.
This is sort of the beginning of, I guess I would say, the beginning of the swag era. It's a certain era where, how do I describe it? It's like characterized by sort of cheap, bright, very visually noticeable clothing.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be high quality or anything like how people wear designer clothes nowadays. It's more so just like street and graphics and things like that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the main chorus of Crank That. And you can see already that he's like incorporating this online aspect to it to the most by showing like, Crank That in the hood, Soulja Boy. Check this out. This video is hot. Everyone's doing this dance.
Yeah.
And the dance is like, so he's saying Soulja Boy up in this. Watch me crank that. Watch me something. Watch me crank that Soulja Boy. Then Superman. That it is literally doesn't mean anything outside of the Soulja Boy lore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just Soulja Boy. There's no meaning outside, external to it, right?
I look at this jacket.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy up in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll?
This was written
why me
and
crank that
produced
Soulja
and
Boy? Then
performed by
Superman. Now why me crank that soul? 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 Now what? Soulja Boy up in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy? Then Superman. Now why me crank that soul? 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 Now what? Soulja Boy up in it. Why me lean that? Why me rock? Superman that. Yeah, why me crank that RoboCop? Super friend, now why me jocking on them, hate them, man. When I do that, Soulja Boy, I lean to the left, then crank that thing now. I'm jocking on you, And if we get the fight, then I'm you catch me at your local party, yes, I crank it every day. Haters get mad, cause I got me some bathing Nate. Soulja Boy, I fin it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy? That Superman, now why me crank that soul? Now why me
So were
crank
you
that soul?
and
Now why me
your
crank
little
that soul? Now why me
buddies dancing
crank
this way?
that soul? Now
No.
what? Soulja Boy,
In 2007, no.
Why me crank it? Why me
But
roll?
the song
Why
was
me crank
so
that Soulja Boy?
massive
That
that, like when I was 10,
Yeah,
I just
a few
heard
years
it.
later.
I just saw people doing it, and I was like, "What is that?" I didn't even know Soulja Boy, but what is that? That dance like everyone's still doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like we living in Canada, you know what I mean? Like so far away from Chicago, where he's from. It was just like a national, honestly, like maybe international success, dance and song.
Man, now why me crank that soul? 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 Now what? I'm bouncing on my toes. Why me super soaked that? I'ma pass to A-Rab and he gon' crank it up for sure. Haters wanna beat me, Soulja Boy. I'm the man. They be looking at my neck, saying it's the rubber band, man. Why me do?
Rubber band, man.
Damn, leg it to it.
Is that a reference
You
to
can't do it
T.I.?
like
I
me,
think so,
though. So don't do it like me, folk. I seen you try to do it like me. Man, that damn was ugly. Soulja Boy, I fin it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy? That Superman, that now why me crank that soul? 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 Now what?
So this
Soulja
song
Boy, I fin it.
was on
Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why
everyone's
me crank that
ringtones,
Soulja Boy?
apparently.
That Superman, that
So-
now why me crank
it was massively successful. It stayed at the top of the billboards for so long, and that was largely part of ringtones as well. Pretty crazy.
Why me crank it? Why me crank that Roosevelt and super soak that? Super soak that. Super soak that. Super soak that. Super soak that. I'm too fresh now. Why me shuffle? Why me crank that Soulja Boy? Now Superman. Superman.
It's reminded me just the video itself.
Soulja Boy, I'm in it.
Just with this crowd and a basketball court, it's reminding me of a Master P that we watched.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And actually the music a little bit like Master P, I think, if I remember that stuff correctly, you know?
Yeah, that one song with the video, maybe.
Yeah.
This was very different when it came out. I didn't even know what genre to categorize this as. I searched it up because I was like, what do you even call this sort of subgenre of rap? And people said it's snap
rap,
which is basically
because of the heavy beat,
the snaps.
Oh yeah,
as like a really driving part of the rhythm, and also like big sounds and things like that. There's also another term, very nerdy like sounding term, futuristic swag, where it's like this is the swag era, and certain parts about it they're trying to be like almost ahead of its time, but now looking back on it, it's quite cheesy and corny. So it's like futuristic swag.
Me crank it, why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy, that Superman? Now why me crank that Soulja? 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 Now what? Soulja Boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soulja Boy, that Superman? Now why me crank that Soulja? 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 Now what?
Some Caribbean steel drums that I just noticed for the first time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other instruments were the drums were hiding a bit behind the other music. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You know,
it's hard. This is the epitome of you had to be there.
Be there at the time.
Literally.
And probably had to be of a certain age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Challenge for me to appreciate this.
Yeah. To the most.
Yeah.
So I don't expect you to.
Yeah.
This is more so, it's like, if we're going into more modern rap, you have to know Soulja Boy.
Really?
He's that important.
Is he really?
He's that important.
Because you've played me a lot of, not a lot, but some modern rap, you know, the Playboy Cardi and Lil Yachty and other stuff. And some of it's really good. Yeah. It doesn't sound anything like this.
Yeah, it's actually more so.
Well, this is 07, so it's going back.
It's his influence. Some people say he's one of the most influential rappers.
Well, you've played me all the trap, Gucci Mane, and even what's his name, something the third. Yeah, who was what's that?
Tommy Wright.
Tommy Wright
from like the early '90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and Jeezy and T.I. and all that stuff. But this,
so
I don't get this.
So. What's the one thing that all those guys that you mentioned have in common?
Yeah. Well, the hi-hats that go nuts.
No, what about
don't they?
Away from the sound. How about what they're talking about and like the attitude about what they're talking about?
Right. Okay. Right. Well, talking about cooking drugs. And money and some bling in there and
Yeah, so like topic wise, they're all sort of similar.
Yeah.
And they take themselves seriously. For the most part. Of course, you inject some humor here and there.
There's some humor, but
overall, like they are good guys, right?
Yeah. And they want to give a
depiction of their environment.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And their dealings. The lyrics actually make no sense outside of the fact that you know it's this song, right?
Yeah, I didn't even hear catch the lyrics.
He's simply instructing you to do different dance moves and have fun and make like different sounds, like the up to the chorus even, like that's iconic. It's so like removed from the typical topics of rap. So it's a very it's a very accessible message for anyone. Kids can like it.
Oh yeah.
Teens can like it. People in other countries can like it. People in Canada can like it, right? Back then. As long as you're of a certain age, right?
Yeah.
If you're a youth, right?
Yeah.
So that's one marketability aspect that is completely different from anything before. Super gimmicky, right?
Yeah.
But that's why it works. And no one had really done it quite like that. There had been other stuff coming out of the South. You know, Andre said the South got something to say. Around that period, the South was characterized by these club songs and these fun songs that had no substance and were there just for like dancing. And that's sort of like a similarity from back then
to
this, just in a modern time. And I think he just hit the right time, the right place, and nothing sounded like this before in that way, in its energy. It's hard to really like explain much. That's why I have a couple other songs.
Yeah, well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I want to hear a couple of others because.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't go into it liking it. Don't go into it liking it. Yeah.
I'm gonna set aside my own preferences when it comes to music and just listen to it for what it is.
Yeah.
And okay.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
This is more of an educational thing. I didn't expect you to like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like Soulja Boy, people say he's one of the most influential rappers ever. I will say if I disagree or agree with that later on.
Okay.
But we'll move on to the next track. Before we go into the next track, I just wanted to mention a couple pieces of information, just in between to help you fill out your knowledge of Soulja Boy.
Sure.
So he said in an interview that I watched, he would often make a dance first and then make a song about it, which is just interesting, which shows that he's more so about being like known to a bunch of people in the way that dances trend than like the music itself. You know what I mean? It's almost backwards. Dances come out of songs sometimes, right? The opposite way around. So that was sort of interesting. He had no idea that song would blow up the way it did. It was at the top of the Billboard charts for weeks. It ruled the radio, ruled the ringtones. It like invaded every part of people's lives. Like apparently, I was a little bit too young, but I was sort of at the edge of it, you know?
Yeah.
But apparently it was quite like that, like a cultural phenomenon. So he is a marketing genius in a way, because he was the first one to go all in on this internet stuff and the streaming and the downloading. So a couple of things that he did. He posted it on SoundClick, which was an app at the time. And every time someone bought the track for $1, he would get 50% of it. And the song was so viral.
That's huge.
Yeah, right.
That's huge.
Really huge.
On Spotify, don't they get like an infinitesimally small amount?
Yes. But on Spotify, it's streaming. So you pay like $10 a month and then you get, it gets spread out along all the artists, but people are like buying it for $1, like the song itself. So at that time, he was getting $10,000 a day just from that one song on that one app, which is crazy. And people were actually sort of talking down on him. Like, you know, this is like, I guess they were just mad that he was successful, right? Over such corny music and the way he was doing it online. But it really was the future of what people do now by promoting themselves on the internet really well, right? And building an image. Like on MySpace, which was a social platform that was even before my time a little bit, he made sure like he had like a profile picture and a bio, and he would have playlists of his music. So the way that artists use Twitter now to sort of promote their stuff, he did on MySpace in a bigger way than people did.
MySpace.
Yeah. Than bigger way than people did back then. He really went all in on it. Before, it was more so just for friends and stuff. But he had 700,000 friends on MySpace.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
At the time, right? So that was some things there. And this is insane too, just as we move into the next track. On LimeWire, his music particularly blew up. And this is one sort of trick he did to get people to download. 50 Cent was huge at the time. Wayne was huge at the time. Those other artists. What he would do, he would title, his team, I guess, would do this. He would put up Crank That song and other songs by him under the title of 50 Cent, like Many Men, for example, or another big 50 Cent song.
What?
Yeah, because LimeWire wasn't like an official platform. I think it
Right.
was like a very illegal sort of like.
So he'd title his track some song by 50 Cent. People
Yeah.
would go and click or whatever on it,
Mhm.
and it would be his song.
Yes, and it would play it, and they would just hear, into the Soulja Boy.
I wonder how
this."
guys like 50 Cent would have felt about
right,
that.
right. So
That is pretty underhanded.
I know, but the thing is, you're not making, to my knowledge, you're not making money on LimeWire. It's a free platform.
Hmm.
So, like nowadays, you
Right.
can do the exact same thing on YouTube or any other application.
Yeah.
So in that way, it's not like directly monetarily.
Well, it's
affecting them.
like clickbait.
It is clickbait. Exactly.
clickbait.
So he's one of
Everybody hates clickbait.
yes, absolutely. So
He's the
was
clickbait king.
Yeah, he's the clickbait king.
The early
Yes,
pioneer of
yes,
clickbait.
yes. So this guy just knew how to maneuver the internet in ways sometimes more devious than others, right? So that was just like a genius way to do such a thing. Yeah.
Huh.
So we'll move into the next track. I like this song way more than Crank That. This next song is called Turn My Swag On.
Soulja Boy, tell 'em, hop up out the bed, turn my swag on, took a look in the
He's
mirror,
a young'un.
what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money.
Pretty young. Hop up out the bed, turn my swag on.
Took a look in the mirror, said what's up, what's up? Yeah.
Oh, I like it more already.
Turn my swag on. Yeah, my time to turn it up. Yeah. Yeah. I put my team on, did my thing song. Now it's time to turn it up. Yeah.
The beat sounds more modern. too,
Yeah.
Right?
More like the trap you've heard around.
Yeah.
It's actually a great beat.
I got a question, why they hating on me? I ain't did nothing to them, but count this money and put my team on. Got my whole clique standing, boy, what's up? Yeah, boy, what's up? Yeah.
He's got his own
When I
cereal
was
there.
9 years old, I put it in my head, I'ma die for this. Soulja Boy, tell me, boy, what's up? Up at the bed,
Sour milk.
turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, said what's up, what's up? Yeah.
It's a total swag era. Baggy white tee, snapback. The snapback has an emoji like on the front, like a little face, internet type of culture.
Plus, his residence there is pretty fancy.
Yeah, and his jewelry is super encrusted with jewels, but very cheap. You can just tell by looking at it, right? But it's just about the image and feeling good that he got the swag. That's sort of the swag era.
I
I wouldn't know if that was an expensive watch or not.
The color of it is just terrible.
I told the world my story, the world where I'm from. Soulja Boy, Excel.com, but what's up? Yeah, yeah. Now every time you see me spit, every time you hear me rhyme, every time you see me in your state of town, say what's up? Yeah.
Okay, you know what this song needs though, Kai?
What's up?
Some ad-libs, man. It needs some sort of things in the background.
Yeah, there could be more of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sort
true,
of-
true. There are a few ad-libs.
Are there?
Yeah. He says one
yeah.
of his classic is "Soulja Boy, tell him." That's what he says.
Oh yeah.
in one of
Okay.
them. Yeah.
I'll listen for those. then.
Yeah. And speaking of which, his album, his first like real album that he put out was called SouljaBoyTellHim.com.
I don't get it.
So people
Oh
are like, oh, he's got a website,
yeah.
right?
Right.
So this guy just
Oh, man.
like he's
Yeah.
doing everything like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Quite something. Sacrifices like the artistic integrity, you might say, but that's not his mission.
right.
Right? He says
It's the get rich quick scheme.
exactly. Yeah. By any means type
Yeah.
of thing. And he even said in the song, since I was 9 years old, like I knew that I was like trying to live for this gold or something like that. So that it's a very straightforward type of thing, but just another.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
Check the camera.
Hop up out the bed, turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, said, what's up, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money. Oh, I hopped up out the bed,
Another
turn my
one.
swag
That's kind of like an ad lib, isn't it?
Took a
That,
look in the mirror,
right?
said, what's up, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money.
What were you saying?
So this is very much of that like futuristic swag type of sound. And listening to this now, I guess that genre is categorized by cheap like stock sounds that you would have in like a digital audio workshop, like on your computer to make music.
That synth itself sounds kind of simple or
Yeah, cheap.
stock.
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah.
like I've heard that before.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's not Dr. Dre doing some neat stuff, right?
Yeah, and changing the mix on it.
Yeah,
And EQing it
yeah.
properly, or you
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Very stock sounds all around. There's not a single sound in this that is like unique that you wouldn't find anywhere else. So that's another thing that sort of
Kind of cheesy about it.
yeah. But I guess if you grow up with it, you end up liking that sort of sound.
Yeah,
I sort of do like that sound.
You know, if you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Yeah.
you're just into the sound. You don't really care if it sounds original or you know.
Yeah,
It's a groove.
Exactly.
If you like it, you like it. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. And as you listen to that Crank That song is full of stock sounds. Nothing's unique about it,
Yeah.
but the way they're placed
Is
is actually so unusual. And that's why it's distinctive. That first song, Crank That, there's like 10 things about it that are iconic, weirdly enough,
Yeah.
if you hear it. So that was Turn My Swag On. I think you like that track a little bit more, right?
Yeah. It may not have been as unique as the first one,
Mhm.
but I actually liked it more.
Yeah. As do I, definitely. This is one I actually still listen to, unironically, you know. And then there's one other last track that I think you will like the most,
Okay.
by far.
Mhm.
It's called Kiss Me Through the Phone. It features Sammy, who is just a singer who's on it. And this is one that everyone knows alongside Crank That. And it's the song from Soulja Boy that has aged, I think, the best. And that's why you hear it played pretty often around people my age. Because unlike Crank That, that was sort of just like this moment. Kiss Me Through the Phone actually lasted.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll check that one out.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much. Oh yeah. That's all the info I had. Kiss Me Through the Phone.
It's quite the pendant.
Soulja Boy, tell him. Baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna get with you tonight, but I cannot, baby girl, and that's the issue. Girl, you know I miss you. I just wanna kiss you, but I can't right now. So baby, kiss me through the phone. Kiss me through the phone. I'll see you later on. Kiss me through the phone. Kiss me through the phone. See you when I get home. Baby, I know that you like me. You my future wifey. Soulja Boy, tell him, yeah, you can be my bunny. I can be your Clyde. You can be my wife. Text me, call me, I need you in my life. Yeah, all that, every day I need you. And every time I see you, my feelings get deeper. I miss you. I really wanna kiss you, but I can't.
Let me write that number down.
You know that I miss you.
That's literally it.
Everybody in the world would be,
Right?
what is that number?
And
Whose
then you
number is
gotta
that?
call it.
Yeah.
And if you call it, it goes to his freaking fan hotline.
Oh, man.
And then you buy shit off of that.
Oh, man. I just said it as a joke. You
No,
know?
literally, right?
Yeah.
But that's what people did.
Shoot.
Yeah. And
Wow.
and they have to replay the song to catch it again, right? Like
Yeah.
It's so genius. Like the lyric that bridges into the chorus is a number that you call. Is just unbelievable. But it also fits because it's about kiss me through the phone. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
I thought it was her number.
yes, exactly. You think it is. So it
Yeah.
actually fits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's like that is genius marketing. Whether you think it's like,
Yeah, it is.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Here in Canada, we have that CBC show Under the Influence on the radio, all about marketing. Great show. He should cover something like this.
Yeah, totally,
A story
totally.
a story of Soulja Boy.
Yeah, very very significant. Here you go.
Baby, I know that you like me. You my future wifey. Soulja Boy, tell him, yeah, you can be my bunny. I can be your Clyde. You can be my wife. Text me, call me, I need you in my life. Yeah, all that, every day I need you. And every time I see you, my feelings get deeper. I miss you, I really wanna kiss you, but I can't.
It works though, the way he hits those notes.
Yeah, it's good.
Such a catchy chorus. Every one of my friends knows this. When the moment comes on.
Who's that lady on the left? That looks like it's her mother or something.
Baby, I've been thinking lately so much about you. Everything about you, I like it, I love it. Kissing you in public, thinking nothing of it. Roses by the dozen, talking on the phone. Baby, you so sexy, your voice is so lovely. I love your complexion. I miss ya, I miss ya, I miss ya. I really wanna kiss
Like
you,
elementary
but I can't.
compliments, you know?
I was gonna say such almost superficial compliments, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's real, but
it's real.
Yeah. I love those little
Yeah, nice touch.
sound also used for that sort of futuristic swag.
Oh.
We on the phone like
So he's calling that number? No, what's going on here?
I have no idea.
we taking
God.
pics like that.
I think he's just showing different people in relationships
She dial my
having
number
to call
like
each other.
Baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna get with you tonight, but I cannot, baby girl, and that's the issue.
I like the part where he goes, but I cannot.
Yeah, totally.
So baby, kiss me through the phone. Kiss me through the phone. I'll see you later on. Kiss me through the phone. Kiss me through the phone. See you when I get home.
Ah, that was very cute. Sweet.
Yeah.
I like that. That was my favorite by far.
Yeah, I figured.
By
I figured.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the order you presented those to me, though.
Oh, good. Yeah, I really thought about it, honestly.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
The one I like the least, and then better, and then best. Yeah, nice, nice. So is Soulja Boy, is he still making music? Is he still popular?
He's not popular in the music sense as much as he is as Soulja Boy. Just
He's a personality.
he's a personality.
out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
He puts himself in places where he'll be
Yes.
seen and talked about.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to say his opinion on things that are controversial sometimes
yes.
on Twitter or in interviews.
Yeah.
He still does he's the first rapper to have his own NFT, like he does this.
What's an NFT?
It's like it stands for non-fungible token, but it's where you can trade and own non-material things online.
Oh.
So like artwork as an NFT.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he
right.
created his own Soulja Boy NFT, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And he's the first rapper to do it. He does things first. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
all right. Yeah, I'm glad you told me about it.
Yeah,
Showed
yeah.
me some of his music.
Yeah, and as we do some more newer stuff, you'll see references to Soulja Boy pretty commonly. So definitely one that we had to cover.
References through the lyrics more than the music.
Yeah, through the lyrics.
He wasn't. Well, you said in the first song there were things in there that were kind of
iconic. Yeah.
which people may pick up on and use in subsequent songs.
Yeah, not even in the sound. It's
No.
more so in terms of the little things like in Crank That, it might be like, "Then want me you," that thing. might be referenced and played around with in wordplay, like "Watch me, you like Soulja." I don't know, like that type of reference because it was so big. Things of that nature. Right. And what's interesting is Soulja Boy had a pretty short run, sort of at the top of the charts, just like 2 or 3 years. But people that took inspiration from him and were popular through the internet afterwards, such as Lil B, also someone who's very like, he's not notorious, he's more infamous, I guess, Lil B. Very polarizing artist, or Chief Keef, one of my favorite artists. Both of some of my favorite artists that came shortly afterwards have full albums and songs too with Soulja Boy, which is interesting because I regard them as great artists. I don't consider Soulja Boy to be a great artist, but they do it because he's that important to the culture and that transitionary period to the internet. So there's something there. So we might see him again featured or something like that. And lastly, people say he's one of the most influential rappers because he was the first to do it on the internet. I disagree because I think it was very situational and very, of course, he's very smart at marketing and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I think he had a stroke of luck. Right place, right time. If he didn't do it in 2007, someone else would have shortly after. Maybe not in the same way, maybe not as viral, but like the effects of it would have been inevitable. You know what I mean?
Yes. I was going to say somewhere back near the beginning of our reaction when you were telling me about him and how he was the first on the internet and the first to do this. I didn't want to take the wind out of your sails, Kai. Because I was thinking to myself, could it have just been he was the one at that moment? And if it hadn't been him, the moment was ripe for someone else to fill those shoes. Perhaps, right?
Yeah, totally.
Maybe not in exactly the same way he did it. But you still think in terms of marketing savvy, he was quite something.
Yeah, I think he was quite something.
Yeah, right.
Because he did it in a way like those little things that I mentioned, like changing the titles of the tracks to other artists' names, like
the phone number thing.
The phone number thing. If someone else were to go through a label and then the internet came along and they said, okay, how should we market on the internet? I don't think they would have done those tactics in the same way because maybe they're too risky or they're not the right way to do it. So he did it in his own way and it really worked out.
He probably had a lot more freedom doing it on the internet.
Absolutely. He was independent when this song came out. Independent with a song that now has like 1 billion plays, views on YouTube. He was the first, I forgot to mention this, he was the first rapper to make any sort of splash on YouTube. He got on it like right away. So that being said, I don't think he's one of the most influential because of that situation, but I think he's one of the most iconic. So there's that.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
And thanks.
Appreciate you tolerating some of that, like, early stuff.
No, it's great. I may never actually put them on my playlist ever, perhaps, I don't know. But it's good to know. And I want to know about the history of rap. And he's one of the pieces in the puzzle, right? Yeah. Yeah,
totally.
So, thank you.
Thanks. And thank you very much if you made it this far into the video. What are your thoughts on Soulja Boy? Do you think he's one of the most influential artists or rap artists? And let us know any other suggestions that we should react to in the future. We'd really appreciate it.
Thanks for dropping in. See you again real soon.
See ya.